What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna learn how to teach the word what to your little one. And before I get started on this word, let me just say this. If your child has been struggling to learn sight words, it is not your fault, okay? If you're going through the list, going through flashcards, trying to have them memorize these words and they're just not sticking, it's not you. Because chances are you have seen these videos on YouTube that I've seen and they suck. The advice that you are getting from your kid's teacher, from the internet, from YouTube, from Instagram, from TikTok on how to teach sight words, it is really, really bad. And I don't blame you for getting it wrong, okay? It's like me going online and trying to take cooking advice from someone who can't cook. It's not gonna come out well, okay? So if this is what you've been doing, if these are the videos that you've been watching, I apologize. I'm sorry you got that information. It is terrible. I'm gonna show you a better way to teach it, okay? It's gonna be much less frustration for you, much less frustration for your little one, because words like this, yes, they are tricky. Yes, they are hard. Yes, there's a lot of weird things like the H being quiet, but there are ways that we can explain this to our kids so that they learn them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help you understand how to teach this word to your little one. And what you learn is gonna apply not just to this word, but to other words like it. So you can take some of what you learn from the word what with that WH saying woo, and you can apply it to a word like where that WH is also saying woo. And all of a sudden, your child is starting to see and connect these different patterns across the different words that you're telling them to memorize. And all of a sudden, instead of having to memorize these whole words, they're able to start seeing pieces in the words that they recognize. And that's making it easier and easier and easier for them. So I'm sorry for talk about, I just was watching this stuff before I got on, and it's just really frustrating because I know that this is what you're watching too. And if that's how you teach your kid, it's gonna be a hard time. Let's make this easier for you. Let's make this easier for your child. And to get started, here's exactly how I would teach the word what to my child. Okay, little friends, today we're gonna look at a new word. And this word is a little bit tricky, but we're gonna sound it out so we can figure out how to read it together, okay? So do you remember what the W and H say together? That's right, W and H say woo. A little bit tricky because the H there, but this says woo. And do you remember what that T says by itself? That's right, the T says T. So these two sounds are gonna say exactly what we think they should. Woo, t. But the A in the middle is a little bit tricky because it's saying something else. Now, what would A normally say? That's right. Normally, A says ah. So this word would be wat. That's not quite right though, is it? In this word, the A says something different. The A is actually making the sound. So let's try reading this word together with Woo, t. Fast. What? That's right. So anytime you see this word, you know this part and you know this part. We've just got to remember that A is saying So the word isn't wat, the word is what. That's right. Now let's look at that word in a sentence. Let's read this sentence together. First word, what? That's right. What do you want to eat? Great job. So what should you do with that list of sight words that got sent home or with all those flashcards that you made? Honestly, your call. What you are not going to do is take the list of words and just start drilling them to your kid over and over again because there's simply too many words in the English language for your child to remember all of them. Instead, we only have them remember that specific part in this word that A says That's the only part they need to remember. And that's how they end up being able to read more and more words on their own. If this video is helpful, I've got other videos on sight words that you can check out. I've also got a full reading books course that's gonna break down all of these hard sounds for you, like the WH saying woo, as well as my full list of sight words and how to teach them. definitely check that course out if this is the stage that your little one is in. And otherwise, I hope this video was helpful for you. If there are other words you want to know, please just leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to cover those too. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.